So, grüße euch und schön, dass ihr wieder eingeschaltet habt zu einer weiteren Folge Killer Frequency mit mir, dem Fuchsl. So, wir müssen jetzt wieder runter in den Lagerraum des Killers, um dort Hinweise zu suchen, wie es weitergeht. Irgendwie. Ich nehme auf jeden Fall meinen Feuerlöscher mit. Nicht, dass es da hier noch irgendwo reinkommt. Ah, Moment, eines, weil ich es gerade sehe. Irgendwo Kassette hier mit Teddy Galmer. Hui! Ah, als ob es da hängen geblieben ist. Kann man gelten lassen. So. So, dann gehen wir mal runter, wo der Killer wohnt. Okay. Clive? Bist du da? Clive, das Klo ist verstopft. Geh mal nach oben. Letztes Mal habe ich hier beim Hochgehen ja die Dosen runtergeworfen. Ich brauche irgendwas anderes zum Werfen. So. Ich finde es immer noch nicht in Ordnung, dass man hier den Fahrstuhl hier nicht wieder zumachen kann. Aber gut, was soll's. Ich bin ja kein Profi. So. Oh, hier steht sogar ein frischer Feuerlöscher. Boom, Action. Jetzt geht's ab.
A key? Was this always here? I must have missed it when I brought everything upstairs.
Oh. Keller. Ich dachte, er meinte hier. Ja, aber wofür ist der Schlüssel? Keller, Lagerraum. Da wird es wahrscheinlich die Tür gegenüber sein hier. Also die hier tippe ich mal drauf.
Hey, Warren!
Peggy, give me some warning before yelling down the intercom?
Sorry. Buzz the intercom when you find something and want to discuss it.
Ich glaube, die Musik hier war ein bisschen lauter als hier Geschrei hier. Dass sie hier runter... gut, die müssen ja mit dem...
Peggy, I've found a tape and a map down here.
A map of what?
Gerade die hier, oder?
Look.
Weird.
Ja?
Well, maybe the tape will give us more information. Give it a play.
Okay. Hä, was mehr zu erledigen? Ich komme hier nicht raus. Aber wie soll es denn abspielen? Ah. Nee.
George Barrow, 1968. That's when this all began for me. Follow the maps, find the tapes. I'll be waiting.
Wait. George Barrow? We all heard that he drowned after a night out drinking. Was it actually Clive? Has Clive really been the whistling man for that long?
He says I need to follow the maps and find the tapes. I guess that's what this map is about.
I think we need to see what else is hidden down here. Be careful, Forrest. Keep looking. Buzz the intercom when you found something.
Mhm, ich melde mich dann. Okay, geh mal von aus, unser lieber Herr Hausmeister ist nicht da. Ja, okay. Zwischen den Schränken hier müsste jetzt eigentlich ein... Ist ein Kassettenrekorder? Zumindest, oder ein Radio. Eins von beiden. Mal gucken, gibt's hier noch? Ich glaube, ich habe es ja letztens schon mal geschaut, aber ich habe hier nichts gefunden. Schallplatte etc. Wäre auch eine Möglichkeit. Ah, verstehe. Die meinen den Kassettenrekorder hier.
Time of autopsy is 7 a.m. Cause of death is asphyxiation from drowning. The degree of rigor mortis indicates that the subject has been deceased for 5 hours. That puts the time of death...
Ah, verdammte Pollen. So, hier mal ein neues Bild. So ein Schränkchen. Lieferschein, Sicherheitsanlage, Modell 4000. Okay, das ist unwichtig, glaube ich. Kein Album, keine Schallplatte, kein Kassettenrekorder, Kassette. Da könnte doch was drin sein. Ich riech's. Meine verstopften Nase und Pollen verstopft. Oh oh, das Licht flackert. Der Killer ist nah. Okay, das scheint der richtige Ort zu sein.
Small lacerations to arms, legs, and face, typically obtained by running through foliage. Severe
looks useful.
blistering to the feet, as though the deceased had been running without stopping.
Datum des Berichts 3. September 1968, erstellt von Sheriff J. Matthews. Ausführlicher Bericht: gegen 4 Uhr ging der Anruf einer Joggerin, einer Miss Sandra Sharp, ein, die in der Talsperre eine angeschwemmte Leiche entdeckt hat. Ich fuhr hin und konnte die Leiche vor Ort als die von George Borrow identifizieren. Ich setzte mich mit dem Büro des Gerichtsmediziners und den Eltern des Jungen in Verbindung. Sie teilen mir mit, dass sie ihn zuletzt am 2. Mai um 19 Uhr gesehen haben. Warte mal, der war 4 Monate verschwunden? Okay. Warte mal. Sandra Sharp. Sandra Sharp, der Name sagt mir was. Ich glaube, die hatten wir heute als Anruferin. Also heute in einer der vorherigen Folgen halt, aber... Noch ein Schrank, da ist irgendwie so ein... Keine Ahnung, was das sein soll. Hier wird doch irgendwo eine Schallplatte sein. Ich hab's im Gefühl. Okay, das ist der richtige Schrank.
Preliminary toxicology results shows no signs of inebriation. However, a high amount of cortisol was found, indicating elevated levels of stress in the immediate moments before death.
Warum musste es eigentlich in so vielen Audiologs aufteilen? Hätte es sich in einen einzigen machen können? Und vor allem, warum wurden so viele Audiologs gemacht? Okay, das ist doch der Schrank hier, oder? Nee, da fehlt der Ventilator oben drauf ist. Ventilator, daneben sind 2 Kisten und da auf der anderen Seite ist nichts. Okay, hier ist der Schrank im Weg. Das stimmt also so nicht. Hier muss doch irgendwo eine Schallplatte sein. Ich spür's. Ist ja auch irgendwo... Ah, hier ist der Ventilator zumindest.
Additionally, there appears to be a post-mortem injury to the arm. It looks like it was trapped in a car door.
Was das? Ist das hier... Ach, da ist einer. Nochmal so ein Schrank. Das ist aber jetzt nicht der, wo wir gerade eben waren. Oh, Schallplatte. Moment, weglegen. Das ist keine richtige. Das Bild war's. So. Ducken, aufstehen. Das ducken kann der Junge, aber springen kann er nicht. Dann guckt da oben der Killer rein. Ja. Oder? Ja, doch hier.
It is the coroner's opinion that the subject likely feared for his life and was chased, resulting in a fall from a height into a body of water, where he hit his head, was knocked out, and drowned. Following that, he was moved.
Dr. Sullivan, we need to have a talk. Is that recording? Shut it off.
Der Verstorbene ist ein männlicher Weißer, 18 Jahre alt. Erstickungsmerkmale deuten auf Ertrinken als Todesursache hin. Weitere Details unter Abschnitt 2, Absatz 4. Schürfwunden an den Fingerknöcheln stammen vermutlich von einen vergangenen Schlägereien, was mit der aggressiven Vorgeschichte des Verstorbenen übereinstimmt. Es wurden keine weiteren Verletzungen festgestellt. Nach Ansicht des Gesichtsmediziners des Gerichtsmediziners gibt es keine Hinweise auf ein Fremdverschulden. Zusätzlich weist der vorläufige toxikologische Bericht auf einen hohen Alkoholgehalt im Blut des Verstorbenen hin. Die Gerichtsmedizinerin ist der Auffassung, dass der Verstorbene im alkoholisierten Zustand schwimmen gegangen und im Zuge dessen ertrunken ist. Datum 3. September 1968, 7 Uhr Uhrzeit, Medizinerin Virginia Sullivan. Tut mir leid, dass ich Ihnen das aufgebrüht habe, Virginia. Virginia hatten wir doch auch eine. Aber gut, ob es die ist, wird bestimmt ein paar davon geben.
Now this has to be important.
Ich leg das mal hier hin kurz, weil ich brauche den Zettel hier. Okay, ist irgendwie so ein Schreibtisch. Der Schreibtisch hier. Warte mal, ich hole mal schnell den Zettel nochmal. Erstmal suchen, ob hier noch was ist. Oh. Eine Schallplatte! Komplette Diskografie. Oh, dann habe ich schon eine Schallplatte gefunden, offenbar. Was war das? Eye of the Tiger?
If you're listening to this, then I'm probably dead.
What the?
I'm a man who likes to stay informed. I've got subscriptions to newspapers all over the country. A few weeks ago, I noticed headlines cropping up in those papers, one after the other. Each headline about a murder. Each murder, the death of someone I knew almost 20 years ago. And each one drawing closer to Gallows Creek. Drawing closer to the anniversary. None of us are innocent, but I don't think we deserve killing. All I hope now is that I can save some folk from the worst. That I can, I don't know, do something to make up for what I did back then, I guess. I didn't kill anyone, mind you, but that's past mattering. Now, there's more I could say than I should say, but my employer made it clear that my family would pay a high price if I ever spoke out. So, hopefully I've said enough for you, listener, whoever the hell you are, to start putting the truth together.
Okay.
What the hell? Peggy is not gonna believe this.
Dann sind wir hier unten fertig, oder? Gibt es insgesamt 4 Schallplatten? Ich hätte ein bisschen mehr erwartet, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Aber gut, ich beschwere mich jetzt nicht. Beschweren kann man sich ja weniger. Ich drehe lieber meinen Switchet-Finder. Okay. Dann brauche ich hier nicht mehr suchen, außer vielleicht Kassetten, wenn ich welche finde. Lesen, Bild. Bild dir deine Meinung. So. Soll ich mich jetzt hier melden oder soll ich einfach hochgehen? Nee. Lass mich hier melden.
What have you found, Forrest?
It's an autopsy tape. Doesn't say for who, but I think it must be for George.
Poor George. He was so young.
Something's bugging me, Peggy.
What do you mean?
I swear I recognize the voice of the woman talking on the tape. I just can't place it.
Seriously? Do you think you've met her before?
I don't know. I mean, I just got here recently. I don't know. Found another tape. It talks more about how George died.
What did it say?
It sounds like he was running for his life. Sprinting through trees and bushes, getting cut up all over.
What would drive someone to do that?
I'm not sure yet. There's also a tape about a toxicology report. There were no signs of drinking or that he was on anything.
What? But everyone said he went swimming drunk and drowned. It was in the newspaper and everything.
I found a written autopsy report.
What does it say?
According to that, it's just like you said at the start. George drowned after getting drunk. Said he liked to fight, too.
But that contradicts the tape.
I know. And I think I know why. There's a note with the report that says, "I'm sorry I made you do this, Virginia."
If it was on the autopsy report, then Virginia must be our coroner. Wait, the caller from earlier, when we had to call the takeout restaurants, wasn't her name Virginia?
We need to call her back once we finish down here. It looks like she might know something about what's going on. I found a tape that introduces a new detail to the story. Post-mortem injury. Apparently, his arm got caught in a car door.
A car door?
Yeah, after he died. How do you suppose they can tell?
How can they tell? I'm a radio producer, not a coroner.
The written report I found doesn't mention it at all.
How did his arm get trapped in a car door after he died?
Unless he got it when the police collected his body? I guess someone else must have moved him, after he was dead, to where he was eventually found.
But the report, what is going on here?
I found a police report. Mentions a friend from earlier, Sandra Sharp.
Sandra. The jazz runner?
That's right. She found George's body washed up at the reservoir.
The reservoir?
Yeah? What's strange about that?
George got cuts from running through foliage, right? But there's no forest around there. Also, how did it wash up at the reservoir?
What do you mean?
Reservoirs don't have tides.
But that's what the police report said.
It's not possible, though. I did a school project on reservoirs and got an A. But, yeah, not important right now. The important thing is that it doesn't make sense.
What are you suggesting then? That the body was originally found somewhere other than what the report suggests? That the sheriff tried to cover it up, but accidentally let something slip?
Something like that. I think.
Well, Sheriff Matthews wrote the report. If he hadn't been eviscerated, we could have asked him.
True. But Sandra is still alive. Once we're done down here, we should give her a call.
Okay.
In another tape, the coroner comes to the same conclusion as I did. George was running from something.
Maybe an animal?
Maybe, but then there's this next bit, where the coroner thinks he was moved post-death.
So she agrees with us.
At the end of the tape, someone burst in and demanded Virginia stop recording. I think it was Clive.
This is starting to make sense now. This is a conspiracy to cover up what happened to George.
I think I found Clive's last recording. I think Clive might be gone.
Gone?
I found a confession. Not for any killings, but for playing a part in covering up George's death. He left this behind in case he died. He hoped someone would find it.
Do you think the whistling man already got him?
Possibly. We've had a lot of callers tonight, but maybe not every victim made it to the phone, you know? We don't know how many there really are.
Christ, Forrest, that's dark.
I know, but Clive said he had read about other murders in other towns, and that The murders were all folks who knew about the incident. And the killings were getting closer to Gallows Creek. He said he wanted to do something good for once.
The board in his office. He wasn't tracking people down to kill them. He was tracking them down to save them. Why didn't he just come out with all of this?
He said his employer threatened his family if he spoke out about any of it.
His employer? The one who orchestrated the cover-up? Oh, Clive. I'm sorry for thinking you'd killed all those people. Do you think you found everything?
I think so.
Forrest, what's going on here?
Someone wanted that boy's death to seem like an accident. And they hired Clive to make it look that way.
Come back upstairs when you're ready. We need to figure out our next step.
Oh, ich muss gar nicht selbst gehen. Da ist Clive also nicht der Mörder, sondern der...
Thank
Weiter?
God you're back, Forrest. I've been running out of stuff to pad our airtime with.
Peggy, you work in radio.
Forrest, I'm stressed. I mean, really. How are we supposed to keep a show going with all this happening?
This is our job, Peggy. We gotta do it.
You're right. So, what's the plan now?
I think we should call Virginia back.
All right, I'll get her on the line.
Hello again, Gallows Creek. This is Forrest Nash. We're circling closer to the truth behind tonight's events. To this end, we're calling back one of our earlier callers, Virginia Sullivan.
Mal gucken, ob es da angeht.
Fredman Plunker here? Who's this? Is it you? Goose.
Plunker, hey, it's the Radio Man, Forrest Nash.
Radio Man? What's up?
Solving mysteries, saving lives. The huge.
Right on.
Plunker, what are you doing at Virginia's house?
She asked if we could stay to keep an eye out for that whistling turd. So we're hanging out, bro.
Well, that's big of you, Plunker.
No, it's nothing.
Can I speak to Virginia?
Sure thing, Radio Man. I'll just go get her.
Who is this?
Hey, Virginia, it's Forrest. I'm glad you're still okay.
Oh, Forrest. Sorry, I'm still jumpy.
War noch nervös.
I can't blame you. I'd be jumpy too.
I'm so sorry this happened to you, Virginia.
I thought I was. I thought...
Easy. We're not calling to talk about earlier. We're calling because we think you can help us understand why this is happening tonight.
Me? What would I know?
Does the name Clive mean anything to you?
Clive? No. I don't know that name. What are you asking about this for?
You mentioned that name earlier when you called us the first time.
I don't know what I said then. I was petrified, Forrest.
Clive's the janitor at our station, and we know you spoke to him in the past.
Forrest, please. You don't know what you're doing. He'll come for me.
Virginia, it's okay. Clive won't be coming after you.
We think Clive's dead.
Dead? But isn't he? He's the whistling man, Forrest.
We found evidence to the contrary.
But
It's true.
And we found your autopsy reports for George Barrow.
how? I saw him destroy them.
Well, he didn't. I don't know if he kept them or made copies or what, but we found them. And we know it's related to what's happening tonight, which is why we called you. Why did you write a false report?
All right. One day, I came into work to find a boy on my slab. And as I finished the autopsy, this man, Clive, he just burst in. And he started making demands to give over the reports, to falsify what I found. Of course I said no. But, well, when someone wants to make you do something, they can use the carrot or the stick. For me, he used both. You see, my sister is sick. She has a chronic condition that's never going away. It's expensive to treat, and it was getting to where I couldn't afford it. And Clive promised me that his employer would pay for my sister's treatment if I did what he said, and that if I ever spoke about this, he'd beat me to within an inch of my life. I don't know why he had me do it, but my sister needed me. You have to understand, she needed me.
We understand.
Thank you, Virginia. That was brave.
God, I just want this nightmare to end.
This will help end it, Virginia. Thank you.
Stay safe, Virginia.
Okay, müssen wir Musik.
So, Virginia is tied up in all of this.
Clive threatened her to keep quiet about George's death. But for who? Why cover up these details? Well, we know Sandra was involved in George's death. Do you want to call her?
I do.
Alright, but before we go asking questions, I think we should know what we want to ask. Is that fair?
Yeah, we need to ask her about finding the body. She was the one who discovered it, but something just doesn't add up.
100%. She knows more than she's saying.
I wonder what she's hiding.
We'll hopefully find out soon. Anyway, just be careful when you're talking to her. Don't push too hard. We don't want her to hang up.
I'll be careful.
Alright, calling her now. Hopefully she's at her jazz studio.
Das Studio ist ja hier.
Aha! Forrest, you're through.
Hello, this is Sandra at Jazz Pizzazz Jazz Studio. Who is this?
Hello again, Sandra! It's Forrest Nash of 189.16, The Stream. And you're live on air.
Oh, I always thought folks called into a radio show, not the other way around. How jazzy. What can I do for you?
Well, we're trying to understand what's behind the attacks tonight. We had a few questions.
Why, Forrest, of course. Heck, after the way you saved my life, I'd say yes to just about anything you asked.
Really? Well, that sounds nice. I might just call you back tomorrow then, too.
Oh, you got my number. But what about tonight? Is there anything you want to talk about right now?
Remember why we called, Forrest.
Of course. Do you know why the whistling man might have targeted you?
Ha! As far as I could tell, he was just a knife-wielding psycho with superhuman cardio. He'd have chased after anybody.
Right. Well, we think he might be chasing specific people. People who know about the death of a boy named George.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. Sorry.
Have you had to keep quiet about anything? Any secrets you've had to keep?
What would I have to keep quiet about?
I don't know. I mean, could be that you've seen something or heard something.
I never saw anything. And even if I did, what would that matter? And it was years ago.
Sandra, are you okay?
It was years ago.
We know, Sandra.
You do? You know about?
Yes. Of course.
This studio is my life. After I found the body in the river, I couldn't lose my studio. Do you understand?
Sure. I understand.
When the rent just kept going up, he said he'd stop if I just needed to keep quiet. And everything would be okay.
Of course. We understand.
I mean, it's not like I killed him. What was the harm in saying I found him in the reservoir instead of the river? Right? Right? I'm sorry. I can't do this.
And she's gone. I don't think that could have gone any better. You truly did great, Forrest.
Well, folks, if anyone out there has any thoughts on what's going on tonight, please call in.
That's good timing. We've got a call waiting just this second.
Ja, okay, aber wir haben die halbe Stunde schon erreicht. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wir machen an der Stelle hier Schluss und dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge von Killer Frequency wieder. Ich frage
The
mich,
line's lit up. I need to take the call.
perfektes Timing. Na gut, dann sehen wir uns in der nächsten Folge von Killer Frequency wieder. Ich freue mich drauf, wenn ihr einschaltet. Bis dann. Tschö.